You know, sometimes a single basketball game can tell two completely different stories at the exact same time. On January 22nd, 2026, we got one of those games. One story was about a singular legendary achievement. The other, it was about a complete and total team meltdown. Let's get into how one night could possibly hold so much triumph and so much disaster.
So this number, 10,007, just look at it for a second. What on earth could this be about? Well, believe it or not, this one number is at the heart of an absolutely legendary moment in basketball, but it's also the prologue to a total, stunning fourth quarter collapse.
All right, so let's set the stage here. To really get what happened in this game, you've got to understand that it wasn't just one story. It was two massive forces crashing into each other. One guy chasing history and his team suddenly finding themselves in a whole world of trouble.
So first things first, let's talk about the pressure cooker the Warriors were in before this game even started. You have to get this part. They had just lost their star forward Jimmy Butler to a season-ending knee injury. And the fallout? Man, it was instant. Without him, they were 0-2. They went from looking like contenders to, well, looking pretty vulnerable for the first time in a long, long time.
But okay, even with the team kind of spiraling, all eyes, and I mean all eyes, were on one person. Because on this particular night, Stephen Curry was about to do something no one had ever done before. He was about to step into a league of his own.
And boom, there it is, the 10,000 club. Population, 1. Just 1. On January 22nd, 2026, Steph Curry became the first player in the history of the NBA to attempt over 10,000 career three-point shots. I gotta say that again, attempt, not make, just attempt. Can you even wrap your head around that? It just speaks volumes about his longevity, his confidence, and honestly, how he completely rewrote the rules of the game. And look, he didn't just crawl over that line, he blew the doors off it. He put on a clinic. 38 points. He drained 8 threes on 15 attempts. On the night he made history, Steph was playing out of his mind. He was brilliant. But, and this is a huge but, all that brilliance, it wasn't going to be enough.
Okay, so this is where everything changes. The night goes from being this epic celebration to, well, a total train wreck. The fourth quarter hits, and for Golden State, it was pure, unadulterated chaos. So try to picture this, right? We're midway through the fourth quarter. The Warriors are clinging to a 1-point lead. The whole game is just teetering on a knife's edge. You can feel the tension in the building. It could go either way, but you just know the pressure is getting to the Warriors. And then it just imploded. It's like all that pressure from Butler being out just boiled over. It starts with Draymond Green. He gets called for a flagrant foul, and he's just going at the officials. Not even a minute later, he's involved in another foul that has to be reviewed. While the Warriors are losing their cool, Dallas sees their opening. They just pounce. They go on this insane run, and bam, Draymond's fouled out. Done, with almost 4 minutes still left on the clock. 11-0. That was the run. That's the knockout punch. It happened right after Draymond's flagrant foul. In what felt like a split second, the Mavericks took complete control. The Warriors' lead? Gone. The game over. So while one team was just completely melting down, the other team's players decided to step up, big time. The Mavs didn't just win this game, they ripped it away from the Warriors. And they did it with some heroes you might not have expected.
Leading the charge was Najee Marshall. My goodness, this guy was just a force of nature. He was unstoppable. He tied his season highs, dropping 30 points and handing out 9 assists. He was the engine, the heart, the whole shebang of that comeback.
And then you've got the rookie, Cooper Flagg. And you got to hear this. He was supposed to be on a minutes restriction, right? Like 20, maybe 25 minutes tops. He ends up playing 30 minutes. Why? Because he was balling out. 21 points and a career-high 11 boards. The kid basically said, nope, you're not taking me out, we're winning this game.
So you see, it wasn't just one person carrying the load. You had Marshall with 30, and then both Flagg and Max Christie chipping in with 21 each. It was a complete team effort. They saw the Warriors were on the ropes, and they just overwhelmed them.
So, okay, what does one crazy game really mean for the bigger picture? Well, turns out, a lot. The ripple effects of this one night showed up in the standings almost immediately. For the Warriors, this loss kicked off a 2-game losing streak. They started to slide. But for the Mavericks, this was their 4th win in a row, a season-best streak for them.
So in just 48 minutes of basketball, you see two teams headed in completely opposite directions. One's in a tailspin, and the other is taking off.
So this is what we're left with. This one single night gives us a snapshot of two totally different futures. It leaves us with some massive questions. For the Warriors, with their star player out and their discipline just gone, can they pull out of this nosedive? And on the flip side, are the Mavericks, riding high on their best streak of the year, suddenly the new threat that everybody needs to be watching out for?